Hey, I'm Roo, and I'm an outdoor adventure elopement photographer and videographer based out of Colorado. Today we're going to talk about how you can plan the most epic adventure elopement ever. This video is a little longer, but it's got a lot of really good gems in it, so stick around and let's talk about how we can plan your elopement. First off, I just want to say congratulations. This is an exciting time. Choosing to do an elopement or even thinking about doing an elopement over a traditional wedding is definitely a big step, but I think once you go through this video and you start to realize all the opportunities you have when planning an adventure elopement, the more excited you'll be. So just to start off, think about what you really want out of this experience. Obviously, you want to get married, but there can be more to an elopement than just your ceremony. I always recommend couples to choose an experience or a passion or a hobby that they love to do and incorporate that into their ceremony and their elopement somehow. So this can take the form of any sort of experience. You can start to narrow down your location this way of, oh, I want to be on the beach and I want to go surfing, or I want to be on the beach and tan, or I want to be in the mountains hiking, camping, rock climbing, skydiving, whatever it may be. This can help narrow down your location and create a more interesting and engaging experience for the both of you. So you're choosing an adventure elopement for the adventure part. And by incorporating yoga at sunrise or rock climbing the night before or right after your wedding is an amazing experience to really tie the whole thing together. Obviously, you don't have to do this. You can go out to Rocky Mountain National Park, have your ceremony, go to your Airbnb and call it good. But I always encourage couples to go one step deeper and try to incorporate some sort of activity and passion into your elopement day as well. So for adventure elopement wedding attire, comfort is crucial. You may be hiking multiple miles in your wedding dress or in your suit, so making sure you have something that you feel confident in and that you feel like you look good in, as well as serving the purpose of getting dirty and being comfortable while you're in the outdoors. For brides, having a wedding dress without a train or a bustle can sort of help with this and help you not trip over while you're hiking or at the beach. And if you're worried about getting your dress dirty, it's likely gonna get dirty, so just embracing that. You can also look for cheaper wedding options. There are some even as low as $200 that you could look for online or in local shops. It doesn't have to be a big expensive wedding dress as long as you feel confident in what you're wearing and you feel like that's what you want to wear on your ceremony day. For grooms, I recommend wearing a lighter suit as opposed to a tuxedo, as that can be kind of restricting and can get hot, not very breathable. So some sort of breathable fabric is really nice. Or if you even want to go more casual, there's no rules to an elopement. So wear whatever you want, going back to feeling comfortable and confident in what you're wearing as well. If you want to wear hiking pants, totally do it. It's up to you. Just to wrap up the points about attire, comfort and confidence, where those two meet, that's where your best bet is. Okay, next up is choosing your location and booking local vendors. The reason I put location and vendors together is often your vendors can help find your location with you. So as an elopement photographer and videographer and just general outdoors lover here in Colorado, I know dozens and dozens of elopement spots here. So if you're coming from out of state or out of town and don't know the local areas very well, a local vendor such as myself can definitely help bring you to where you want to be. Circling back to that experience bit and what activity you're thinking of, this can help pick your location and help narrow down if it's all seeming very overwhelming of I don't know whether I want to go to the beach or the mountains or a lake or wherever. Choosing an experience and your passions can help narrow this down as well. To provide a local example, you can get married in Rocky Mountain National Park on a frozen lake, or you can go for a more destination location on an island in Greece, whatever you're feeling. One thing I will say about choosing vendors is you don't want to book your vendors solely based off of price. Your local photographer or videographer may serve as a guide and help plan, provide other vendor recommendations, give you a ceremony outline, an itinerary. They can help plan the whole experience. And so if you're just trying to book a cheap photographer because you think their photos are going to be photos, for an elopement, we end up doing a lot of the work for the overall elopement planning as well. So make sure you're booking somebody that you feel confident in their skills and not just because they're cheap. So now that you have your overall experience in mind, you maybe have an activity like rock climbing or yoga picked out for the day, you have your specific location and you have your vendors booked. Now it comes to identifying your timeline for the day. So for me and a lot of the elopements that I do are full day elopements. A lot of vendors will book half day and full day options. Half day is essentially just showing up to your ceremony, capturing it and heading out. You don't build very strong connections with your vendors that way, and as a result, the experience just feels a little more artificial. So I always recommend for a full day package if they have one. For a full day, they're with you for as long as you want them to be. So a full day package for photo and video typically looks like this. You have makeup and hair in the morning, you have a first look if you choose to do that, that will be covered. You have your ceremony, ring exchanges, vows, champagne spraying after the ceremony, a celebratory picnic perhaps, dessert, a first dance, and then maybe even just going into a photo and video session or an adventure activity if that's what you choose to do as part of your ceremony day. Finally, as the elopement day starts to wind down, just making sure you have accommodations booked and maybe some other activities on your list of things to do while you're in the area. Maybe that's going to a fun restaurant that you've always wanted to go to, do a cool hike or surf or rock climb in another area, planning out the rest of your trip. One of the most beautiful things about an adventure elopement is it also kind of partners together with your honeymoon if you want. So plan activities, have a ton of fun together, and yeah, start this new life together. So hopefully that was helpful to you, and if you're feeling overwhelmed about all this, don't worry, your local vendors will be able to help you out. If you're coming to Colorado and you're like, Roo looks like he knows what he's talking about, I want to book with him, you can reach out through my website in the description or with my email, or just drop a comment below and tell me how much you loved this video or how much you thought I smiled too much. I don't know, whatever you want to do. But thanks so much for watching. I love you, I'm proud of you. Have the best day ever.